Daniel James Schneider. May the torture that Lucifer and Lilith inflict upon you pale in comparison to what you did to them children. Let's chit chat. It's nothing new. Quiet on Set, Dark Side of Kids TV came out, and we are finding out just how much of a monster Daniel James Schneider is, right? Like, we always knew he was a weird one, but now it's being confirmed. That I want to point out that stood out as very weird to me is that this man, Daniel, he's married most of the time. He's being a menace to these people, and not just the kids, to the women that he's working with. Whilst he got a wife at home. Lisa Lillian, what you was doing? In my opinion, in order to really do a real comprehensive chit chat, we got to start at episode 1. So file this chit chat under episode 1, and then the next one will be episode 2. I think it's very interesting that Daniel James Frank Abagnale Jr. Schneider started off his career telling them people that he studied acting at Harvard. No, he didn't. All that comes out in 1984. Before it's released, the powers that be call up Dan Schneider and is like, hey, we seen what you did with Head of Class. Could you come look at this pilot? That quickly moves into him being the writer, producer, director, everything of all that. Girl right here in the Lelo, as my daughter used to say, her name is Katrina, and she was the first Amanda, if you will, and also responsible pretty much for us knowing Amanda, right? She took Dan and them to the comedy club where Amanda was performing because she said, you gotta see this little girl. That's too long after Katrina introduces Dan to Amanda. Them people over at all that was like, you're starting to grow up, and we don't like that. So K-Ban is a menace, but he got a little girl that got IT, and that is 10-year-old Amanda Bynes. So after the success of all of that, they give him a show, The Amanda Bynes Show, which is the first show that this man Dan is credited on. We go on to chit chat about episode 2. We'll talk about how Dan terrorized the women that worked for him and how he employed plenty of other P-word men.